Hey, 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 what is up? We're so excited to be here with you guys today and talk a little bit about what to do when your business is stalled. Now, give Karen and I just 2 seconds because we are streaming live to Facebook and Instagram, and we are doing our very, very best to make sure that as many people see this information as possible because we want to be able to help you.
We are working smarter and not harder. Let me just minimize you, Christina, because there we go.
Awesome. Okay. So it's a really good time at the beginning of the year to talk about how to reignite or sometimes relaunch your business. Over the holidays can be a little crazy, or maybe last year, there was so much going on that you didn't do what you wanted in your business. Now, first of all, the first step to this is don't beat yourself up for the past. Don't beat yourself up for this past year or the things you didn't do, and instead recognize the things that you did do. Right? You started a business, you got plugged in, you learned a few new skills, right? It doesn't happen overnight. But Karen, if you want to take it away and talk about a few of the things that are really important when you are bringing life back into a business, I'd love to hear from you and we can have a little discussion about it.
Yeah, guys, like what Christina said, don't beat yourself up. It's never a failure. It's always a lesson if you can take something away from it. So, we just first week in January, I think getting super crystal clear on your goals. Like, first of all, why did you join your business? Why did you start? You have to have an emotional connection to why you started, because that is going to keep you going, because, businesses go up and down, and you've got to have that emotional connection. So clarity is power. So get real and raw. Like, where do you want to be in 30 days? Where do you want to be in 90 days? And think about those activities that's going to get you to where you want to be. Now, the first thing that I see, when, we've both had businesses that have gone up and down, we're like, oh, what am I doing wrong? Or is it me? And you start getting inside your head, but you have to get real and raw. Have I been showing up as much as I should be? Do you know what I mean? If there was a video camera that was, videoing you around each day, like, are you really doing the work? So first of all, is consistency is key. And that's this in any business, in life itself. If you want to lose 20, 30 pounds and transform your body, going to the gym once a week probably is not going to cut it, right? So, and it's a consistency. Like, when you start a new business, it's like getting a jet off that runway and putting in that time and effort, and, developing a really good presence on social media. Do you want to touch on that, Christina? Like, showing up.
Yeah, absolutely. So your social media profile, like when you go to your profile, that is your business card. The content that you create daily, hopefully daily, is your resume. So if you show up and you are inspiring, educating, making people laugh, you're connecting with them, those are things that are going to bring you a really great audience. And this is a really important part about your business, because if you come in and you are just working with the same 100 people over and over and over again, like the people that you personally know out of your phone contacts, or maybe you've got a social media profile with a few hundred followers, if you're not growing that, you won't be able to grow your business. What the key factor here is exposure. You want all eyes to be on you, and you want to be the person that people trust when they come to look for information regarding your business. So whether you are in health and wellness, or you're in hair, or you're in clothing apparel, you need to know your target demographic, and you need to be creating content for them, not for everybody, but for the people that you want to work with. And consistency is so important. In many brick and mortar businesses, there's a 3-year turnaround before you get paid. People are investing tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars into even a franchise business. And like, when you buy a franchise, it literally says in the contract that it might be a 5 to 10 year return, which means that you're investing hundreds of thousands of dollars and you're not making any back. The cool thing about what we do with network marketing is that you actually get to focus on things that make you money right away. So you don't have to have this massive education, but if you want to start creating and building a residual income that will pay you a part-time or full-time or whatever income, that takes time and consistency. And it isn't in the grandiose gestures of, I'm going to rush and do all my business in the last week of November for Black Friday, or I'm going to rush and do all of my business around this sale that the company is doing. It's actually in the daily habits that you acquire. And as because you acquire those daily habits and you fall in love with the mundane, because our job is simple, but it's not easy.
And people overcomplicate it though.
Every time they overcomplicate it, they wonder what they're doing, when really, if you do 5 simple things every single day, that'll take you less than half an hour, and you consistently do those 5 things, you'll be able to grow a business over time bigger and better than somebody that is in there every other week rushing around sales and trying to sell only on sales.
Well, and that's the thing, like, you know, I tell my team, like, if I was looking for a different product to use or a different opportunity, I would want to go and join someone that shows up daily.
Yeah.
Puts themselves out there, shares their story, shares their struggles. I know that person. I would be like, I feel safe to join you because you've shown up on the days that you don't want to. You don't go off and take a 3-week break from social media and then come back and expect your business to be where it is. Now, we're not saying that you have to kill yourself every day, but it's just like plugging in, even if it's 30 minutes, 60 minutes, something that's going to keep building that momentum up.
But there's something, if your business is stalled or it's going backwards, there's something that you're not doing. You're spending time doing something that isn't making you money, isn't building your skill set, and isn't, expanding your network or building relationships with people. And that's where you're going to lose, because you'll be like, well, I'm posting every day on social media. Nobody seems to comment. Nobody seems to be doing anything. I do stories. It's called posting and praying when you do that. And it's not intentional. The acts are not intentional to be bringing in an income. Go ahead, Karen.
I love how you said post and pray, but it's like, are you building relationships and commenting on other people's stuff?
Yeah, right. Like if you want to be somebody that's successful, you have to care about other people. You have to take your paycheck off the table, and you have to start caring. First and foremost, you have to have a company and a product that you wholeheartedly believe in and stand behind. Like when I think of the products that I use on a daily basis, I'm like, everybody needs this in their life. Everybody needs this collagen in their life. Everybody needs this energy in their life. Like, everybody needs this. Like, I wholeheartedly believe that. And so when I speak to people, it comes out that way, but I never lead that way. I always talk to people. I compliment, I connect. Karen and I did a training last night on how to do that, how to compliment and connect with people for a few days in a row before you reach out to somebody that you've been following and stalking on Instagram, somebody that you want to, have in your business, somebody that you've been friends with forever on Facebook, but have been scared to ask. Those people are out there and they're still watching, whether you believe it or not, whether you realize it or not. They're not commenting, they're not liking your post, but they're there. And what they're waiting for is for you to reach out and have a conversation and say, hey, are you open to this? And now, we're not looking for everyone. We're looking for people that aren't happy in their lives or in their jobs. Now, if you have a career that you love, you are making all the money that you need, you are financially blessed, you have freedom, I just want to shake your hand and interview you and ask you how you got there. But if you're somebody that isn't living that life, then my biggest, the thing that is going to speed up time for you is finding a mentor, finding somebody that is in the position that you want to be in and asking questions and linking arms with them. Because I'm telling you right now, for me to be able to build a business, when I first got into this industry, learning through trial and error, Karen and I learned through trial and error and posted stuff we never should have posted and said things we never should.
Oh, the Facebook memories reminds me every day.
Oh, dear God. Right? And so we all have to start somewhere. But if you're coming in and you've never done anything like this before, and you link arms with somebody who's gone through all the painful crap.
That's so much time.
Oh my God, you will save so much time. You'll be able to just streamline your success. And if you're coachable and willing and hungry, and you partner up with somebody that absolutely loves what they do, someone like Karen or I, that we're just like, if we meet people like us, we're like, oh my God, like, you are going to crush this. We're going to do this together. We are so excited to meet you and show you what kind of lifestyle we've created, show you what kind of money is available to you, show you the freedom. And so those are the things that, that you should be talking about when you're talking to other people, instead of join my team and buy my products. Like, that's kind of gross.
You're leading with the sales and not casting vision for people, right? And,
right.
Christina touched on, we're looking for people that aren't happy in their lives or their jobs or their health, but also we're looking for people that believe in multiple streams of income. You can
Absolutely.
totally rock out your nursing job. You can totally rock out your surgeon job. But hey, having a little nest egg in a different stream isn't a bad idea.
Well, here's the other thing, Karen, is that, like, let's talk a little bit about residual income, and then we'll go back into the things that you should be doing to reignite your business. But here's a little thing about residual income. Entrepreneurs and people that are in the corporate world or have trades are like, tell me more. Do you want to know why? Because for every sale they do, every customer they have, every client they have, that's a one-time transaction. Whereas when you work online and you have a product that is consumable and people are using monthly, you do that sale once and you nurture that relationship and you take care of that customer, and that will continue to pay you for years. And I really like the sounds of doing something once and being paid for years and actually truly sticking with people to help them make their home more non-toxic, or to help them improve their health, or anti-aging if they've got some skin issues. Those are things that I know will contribute to people's confidence and how they feel about themselves, how they feel internally, all those things. And people that are confident do more in life. And those entrepreneurs, those tradespeople, all those kind of people, guys, I was one of those people, and I burnt the hell out. I burnt out so bad. And I dreamed of the day that I could have some freedom. I dreamed of the day that I could have residual income. I started this business when my daughter was 3 weeks old. And now I look back at that and I was like, I wish I would have had the residual income before, so I could have enjoyed a little bit more that time. But over the past 5 years, it's allowed us the freedom to live like we're retired in our 30s and create other streams of income that are contributing to our family financially, so we get to live life on our terms. And Karen, I know that you've done the exact same thing. Like, you were in Bali for a couple of months last year before COVID hit, and you were able to work your business from there, experience life. Like, you were a world traveler. You love travel as much as I do. I'm a little envious because we went the family route and you're going to travel for the rest of your life, and I'm just going to follow you. But we, that is something that we'll do together. But there are so many opportunities that can be solved by this little extra stream of income. This little thing that could turn into something different, because so many people get in and they don't think that they can make thousands of dollars, right? But then when they actually see other people that are just like them, like, guys, I'm a hot mess mom. Karen, I hope you don't mind that I shared this, but Karen dropped out of high school. I dropped out of university. We don't have an education behind us, but we've been able to create some pretty epic lifestyle changes and income for our families in our life.
Here's the thing, like, we were both in the service industry for a long, long time. I did retail management for a long time. I did massage, aesthetics. Christina was a hairstylist for over 10 years. So we've always had people skills. Right? We've had customer service. I've been in customer service since I was 13. So it's easy skills that you can easily transfer into what we're doing. If you can be a real human and be kind and compassionate and offer value, and you're coachable and willing, you can totally, do this business. It's like, I don't have a degree in marketing, but last night I did a training on Instagram. When I started my business, I didn't have Instagram.
I didn't either.
So can you see how, if you're willing to just get out of your comfort zone, hone in on some skills, learn some new stuff, be coached, you can do anything. I really, truly believe that. You got to get out of this. You got to get out of your own way.
That's right, Karen. I really appreciate you saying that. So let's talk a little bit more. We talked about consistency. What is something else that people should add to their daily method of operation, or DMO, that is going to consistently build their business and be a building block and a foundation for their business?
Follow-ups, man. Like, it's so important in this business any business that you're in, people, you got to touch people 5 to 12, 15 times before people are ready to buy. Or it might not be the right time for someone to start a new health journey. They might not mentally be ready to commit to that, or they might not be ready to start a business. But you know what? Life cycle. Start with people, checking in. How are you doing? It's people get so discouraged. Oh, I didn't close them on the first sale. Well, that's normal.
That never happens. Like, you're missing 95% of your sales if you think you're going to close them on the first contact.
And, I see a lot of new people join, and then they follow up once or twice and then they're done. And it's just like, all your hard work's down the drain. But I'm like, did you forget about that person's goals? Because when someone tells me they want to lose 50 pounds, you betcha I'm going to get them started, whether it's a month or 2 or 3 months, because that's important to me, for people to take action on their goals.
And sometimes they just need a little kick in the butt. I certainly do. If I'm going to take a month off of drinking, or if I'm going to take, a healthy route for January, like not only do I need support from my husband, but I need support from my girlfriends. Like, I'm just like, let's do this together. Let's have somebody, and people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And so if you're going back in there 3 months later, Karen, it could even be a year later that somebody's ready to take that journey with you and work with you. And you go back a year later and you're like, hey, I remember when you said that you wanted to work on losing 50 pounds. Have you started that yet? Are you ready to start that? I would really like to help you do that. And not talk about a product, and not talk, and really have their best interest in mind, and just say, or have things changed for you? Has something different now? And if you have those conversations, people realize that you're in it for them and you're not in it for you. And that every single message that you send them is not, hey, are you ready to buy yet? Hey, are you ready to buy yet? Hey, are you ready to buy yet? There are different ways to follow up. That could be starting a conversation about a current event that you see. Maybe they've gone on a vacation. Maybe they've done something really cool with a reno. Whatever it is, you can actually start a conversation. I want to tell the story really quick, because the fortune is in the follow-up. You will hear that a million times. The fortune is in the follow-up, okay? However, most people don't follow up as many times as they need to get the sale or to build the relationship. People will not commit to spending money unless they have all of the information that they need to make an informed decision. So if somebody says it's too much money, not yet, blah, 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 there's another reason that you haven't given them enough information for them to make a yes or no decision. And so previously, I had an experience where I brought in a girl that I'd been talking to for a year. And by the way, I've been in this industry for 5 years, and I've definitely had people come in 3, 4, 5, in the 5th year and be like, hey, you've been doing this for a while. I've been watching you. Like, I'm finally ready to take control of my health, or now I need to lose some weight. I gained some weight over this past year. Now I need to lose some weight. And so circumstances change, and it's the people that are consistent. Those are the people that are making money, right? And so what happened was, this girl came into the business. I talked to her for a year, and I announced her on our team page, and I got a message in my inbox saying, oh my God, how did you get her to sign? Well, first of all, my mentality is different. I'm not getting anybody to sign. I'm not convincing anybody. I'm not dragging people uphill. If you don't want this, you are not coachable, willing, and hungry. I'm not spending my time with you if you're not going to do the work. And I'm just going to be really honest about that. But she said, how did you get her? I've known her for 10 years. We've worked in 3 jobs together. She knows my kids, blah, blah, blah. How did you get her to join you? And I said, well, first of all, I didn't get her to join me. I built a relationship with her. And this was a very powerful lesson for this other girl, because you can actually build a more solid relationship on social media if you choose to. A more solid relationship than she had a 10-year friendship with this girl. And so my question to her was, how many times did you follow up? And she went back and she counted, and she said 5 over the past year. I followed up with her 5 times. And I was like, how did you follow her up? Oh, we've got a sale going on for this. Oh, we've got a promotion going on for new people. Oh, this, oh, that, right? And I said, interesting. Give me a second. And I went and counted how many times I had initiated conversations with her. Not always about the business, not always about products, but initiated conversations. And I had initiated 33 conversations with her over the past year, because she's somebody that I really believed in. She's somebody that had a message that's going to make an impact. She's somebody that I really admire for being vulnerable and brave and telling her story. And I saw something in her that she hasn't quite seen yet, right? And so I'm going to put in the work, because those are the humans that I want to help. And that lesson was hard for her to learn. It was hard for me to learn, because I should have communicated a little bit better. And I ended up, doing the right thing, and I placed with her, and, had no idea that they knew each other. But you have to understand that if you aren't following up like a boss, somebody else is following up, and maybe it's Karen, maybe it's myself, and we're going to get the sale. And then you're going to be like, well, why did they sign up with them? Because we followed up and we were consistent. And that's what makes leaders and people that make more than a couple $100s in the industry. That's the differences in the follow-up, 100%.
I love that story so much. Thank you for sharing it. It's, you got to think people are busy, man. Like you look at your phone, you see someone's texted you, oh yeah, I'll get back to them later on tonight. Well, the tonight comes, you got to feed the kids, like
Totally.
I forget, and I don't have kids, I have a dog. And it's like, you got to think that people are busy. This is not always on the front of their brain, not first priority. So again, following up is in the fortune, and inviting people to free events. Like
Yeah.
that is a good way to follow up. Like come to our health and wellness seminar, or
Thank you for saying that, Karen. Or inviting them into a group that they might find valuable. Having them do a challenge with you, like even as simple as an intermittent fasting challenge or a water, drink more water challenge or whatever it is. Like you have to learn how to engage people in many different ways and just be so value driven. Why? Think about when you go to make a purchase. If I was going to go buy a little black dress right now, I would go research all the little black dresses and I'd pick my top 3. Then I would look at quality, then I would look at price, and then I would think, where am I going to get the best deal and the most value, the most bang for my buck, right? And I think most women think like that. I think most women are looking for a good deal, and they probably spend more when they get a good deal, if I'm being super honest. So I definitely make sure that people understand it's all about value. And a lot of the times it's free value. Karen and I are sitting here educating some of you guys on how to relaunch your business, and we're not getting paid to do that, but we want to help other people in the industry. We want to raise the bar because we know what's possible. We know how it'll change your life. Karen, what are a couple of other things that people could be doing? Consistency, following up, what's next on the things that they should be doing?
You're just not talking to enough people. If your mouth's shut, your business is shut, right? And it's just like Christina said before, all eyes on me. So it's showing up, being consistent, adding value. It's leading with divine service for me anyway. How can I wake up and I think, who can I serve and help today? That's my mission. Do you know what I mean? And how can I impact people's lives positively? But the thing is, it's a numbers game.
Yes.
In this business. Like, if you're talking to 1 or 2 people a day, you're probably not going to get results as much as you want.
No. And that's what it's funny because I explained that on the training last night because somebody asked me how to set their goals. So I'm going to go over this really quickly with you because it depends. Like I would never give somebody homework if I didn't ask them what their goal was, right? Because not everybody comes into a business wanting to make millions. Okay. There are different levels of desire, and actually 80% of people come into a business like this to have a community, to help other people, and they're not super driven by money. They're driven by connection and feeling good, right? And so those people you need to accommodate and make sure that they feel comfortable in this, but help them set their goals for their monetary goals, right? So if they want to make $200 a month, you can actually break down how many new people do you have to connect with to have one customer, right? So maybe when you're first starting out, you have to connect with 30, 40, or 50 people to get one customer. And so so just to make it simple, if you need to talk to 50 people to get one customer, you can talk to 50 people in a day. You can talk to 50 people in a week. You can talk to 50 people in a month, or 50 people in a year. And when I say 50 people, I don't mean the people that are your friends and family on Facebook. I mean 50 brand new people. So this is really interesting. When you start to think about it, how are you expanding your network? What platforms? How are you getting to know people? Are you using Facebook groups? Are you using stories? Are you using hashtags on Instagram? What are you using? Are you using TikTok to create a following? Are you in Clubhouse right now? Now, I know that it can be kind of like the shiny object syndrome, but you need to be able to be adaptable, and I keep coming back to this quote every time. Charles Darwin said, it's not the species that's the strongest or the most intelligent that survives. It's the species that adapts the fastest to their environment. So you have to figure out, how am I going to basically expose myself and gain extra exposure with people that I don't know? How am I going to reach out to people that I can connect with and compliment? How am I going to do that? And that's something you can talk to Karen and I about after this video. If you want to reach out and ask, we're more than happy to help you. But you have to think about the new people that you were connecting with. And if you're not reaching out to new people every day, then your circle and your leads list are going to shrink and shrink and shrink. And that might be why your business is going backwards or stalled.
Boom. And another thing is you're just talking to the same people over and over and over and over again, right? And that's only going to get you so far. Like, get excited and like share this with the world. And like, you know, a good way for that is live videos. I mean, they exploded our business in our last company when we were in that. Like, you get to reach so much more people. You get to impact and help so many more people. So lots of ways to, increase your exposure. If you want any information, like Christina said, private message us, DM us. Oh, I think we could talk all day long, Christina.
We totally could. And so I will, if you have anything else to add, Karen, please add. The one thing that I wanted to mention in that, you're creating daily content, you're talking to new people, you're following up, you're growing your network. Those are all things that you can do. But if you're just like, I don't know where to start, I don't know, like, that's all great, you guys, but I don't know where to start. You need to connect with your sponsor. And if your sponsor isn't helpful, find an upline. You need to find, if you really want this, if you really want to be successful, find a mentor and link arms with them and ask questions, because people don't know if you need help, right?
Yes.
As leaders in this industry, I don't have time to reach out to the hundreds of people on my team. Do you want to know who I work with? The people in my inbox. The squeaky wheel gets the oil, and anybody that is in my inbox asking questions, who I talk to once a week. I'm not chasing people down for this business. Like, that's not what my job is. My job is not to be a boss. My job is to support people where they're at and be a mentor when they want it. So if you're stuck and you're like, I don't know what to do, I don't know, even though like this is all great, but I don't know where to start, I don't have a DMO, how do I come up with that? Then talk to your sponsor or talk to an upline and get that dialed in. And then here's the kicker. Commit to taking action for 30 days, because it takes at least 3 weeks to come up with a new habit. So come up with your daily method of operation and commit to doing it for 30 days straight. If you want this year to be different than last year, if you want this year to stop with the stop, the volatile business, if you want to grow a substantial or even just a part-time income, you want to make a few $100s a month, you have to be consistent. And if you want to grow a bigger income, it's talking to more people. It's that simple. So sorry, Karen, that's how I wanted to kind of wrap it up. But if you've got something else.
No, I love everything you said. And especially like the most exhausting part is the stopping the starting. Oh, I'm going to do this, then you fall off the face of the earth. And it's just like, forget what happened last year, stop beating yourself up, because that's not going to get you forward. Clean slate. It's January 7th, just take action, like Christina said, and commit. I would say commit to at least 90 days, because it's going to take a little bit of time to get it rolling, but
absolutely.
Just take action, set a goal.
And sorry, Karen, I just want to add to that, because you're absolutely right. 90 days. I want you to do at least 30 days to get that habit going, but your results from the work you're doing today will show up in 60 to 90 days. And this is the whole issue when people start a brand new business, because they expect to have those instant results. And yes, some people do, because of the life that they lived before they started a business. They had good relationships. They had a huge network. People trusted them. They showed up, whatever they showed up as in their community, it shows in their business. But some people don't have those relationships, don't have those networks, and they have to start from scratch. And so what I see a lot of the time is people get started and they go. 6 weeks in, they're like, this isn't working for me, and they quit. Had they gone to 60 days or 90 days and they committed to those 90 days, then they would see the results that they were doing the work for. Because with entrepreneurs, look, people that get salary or people that get paid every other week, you work, you get paid, you work, you get paid, you work, you get paid. It's that simple, right? But this paycheck, you can't determine. This paycheck, you're getting all your taxes taken off. You have no business write-offs. This paycheck is the one that you are begging every couple of years to have a dollar raise on and barely keeping up with inflation. This paycheck has a glass ceiling, right? Somebody else decides this paycheck for you. You have had an agreement with somebody that you are going to trade dollars for hours, right? Whereas an entrepreneur or somebody that's starting an online business for the first time, maybe they've never done this before and they don't understand that the first little while is a lot of work. And it goes like this: work, get paid. Work, get paid. My first paycheck, guys, I've made multiple six figures in this industry. My first paycheck was $49.
Mine was 50.
There you go. You made more than me by dollar. No, and then it's work, get paid. Work, get paid. this is where it gets really interesting, because now you're about a year into your business and it goes work, 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 get paid. Work, 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 get paid. Work, work, get paid. Work, work, get paid. 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 Get paid. Get paid. Get paid. Get paid. As somebody who is taking a paycheck that doesn't have residual income, that doesn't understand the compounding effects of residual income, you'll always be trading dollars for hours, and you won't be getting paid with any sort of leverage or scalability. Whereas having a residual income, and I'm not saying that like that this has to be your be all end all. I truly believe in multiple streams of income. I think that's really important. But I think one of them should be residual income that you can build over a long period of time to help you retire, right? Because I don't know about you guys that are looking at pensions right now, but oh God, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm not even going to go there. But I think that it's really important that we explain that to you so that you change your expectations when you start your business.
Such an important, like, you know, people 4 weeks into their business, well, my check was only this, so I don't think this is for me. It's just like, you got to think long term. You got to think, okay, where can I be in a year's time? Not where you're at, right? And I think, you know, coming back in and, you know, set a goal. Yeah, I want $500 a month, but why do you want that $500? Like, you got to get that emotional connection, like I said at the beginning, because is it because you're barely getting by and you're staying up late because you're worried about all those bills that are piling up? Do you want to send your kid to swimming lessons and piano lessons?
Or private school.
Like, you got to have that emotional connection to why you want to do this.
Absolutely. That is the key to your why, is your emotional connection. And when you talk to Karen or I about why we do what we do and the impact that we want to make, it brings us both to tears. It'll bring me to tears if I talk about it right now. So it's one of those things that if you don't know your why, keep asking. If you're just like, oh, I do this for my kids. Why do you do it for your kids? Well, I do it because I don't want them to have the childhood that I had. I want them to have a better childhood. Okay. Why do you want them to have a better childhood? Well, my dad was never home. My mom was always there. My dad was always working. Okay. What was their relationship like? Right. And so there's always a deeper issue, like a money issue sometimes, or a mindset issue, or a self-limiting belief in there, that if you don't have somebody on your side pointing to it, you'll never understand why you feel the way that you do. And you won't have an opportunity to shift that mindset, because we determine what's up here. Yeah, some of you guys are going through a highlight reel that you don't like, but you get to decide what you think up here. And I think that so many people don't take that into consideration, and they're just like, this just is how life is, but it doesn't have to be that way. Right. All right, my friend.
We should wrap it up, but we get so passionate about stuff, but thank you, Christina. I hope that these tips helped you guys if you're looking to launch your business again, or if you're just inspired by online work and what we do. I hope this was of value.
Thank you, Karen. I really appreciate you. I love you. I miss seeing your face in person. And I look forward to the day when we can. Thank you so much for today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Bye.